Alright, so in this video we're checking out the FullSpeedRC MiniPusher. This is their sort of competitor to the Beta FPV, the 95XB2, which is also inverted like this. That's why it's called the pusher. And then this means that the props are on the bottom and the airflow is being pushed down, hence the name pusher. So this has different specs than the Beta FPV model, and of course they've sourced their own frame and design here. It looks very similar on the surface, but it actually is quite a bit different. So the plastic ducts here, or the prop guards, aren't a fully integrated frame. The prop guards are actually held together via a carbon plate here as the main sort of binding element for all of the components. And so you have these RCN power, I think, RCN power, 1204, 5000 kV motors. You've seen those motors before on my channel. They're actually on the 3-inch Colibri build that I did a few months back. There's a all-in-one flight controller ESC combo board here. This is their FullSpeed RC branded AIO 12T, so it's a 12 amp all-in-one, 2 to 4S capable, and they have a Nano 400 video transmitter, so 25 to 400 milliwatt power switchable video transmitter. And the camera here is the Caddx EOS 2. Doesn't come with a receiver, at least the one that I got here. I just added my own XM Plus receiver right there, and it's I soldered it on right there. So you have the white, yellow, and red, I believe. Yeah. No, so it's black, yellow, and red. I think those right there are for the receiver. Because I don't remember, actually I didn't take it apart to solder the receiver bars. I just kind of fished it through, and then the pads are right there. Barely reachable with the soldering iron, but I was able to do it without taking the whole thing apart. And for whatever reason, this all-in-one whip board is rotated 45 degrees. They could have done it the other way, but I think that was because of the way they wanted to design this plate here. They put the mounting points here. As you can see, these screw holes for the mounting of the flight controller right there. So actually, I think it's those screws right there. So right there. So well, that's probably why they went that way. But then that causes all the motor wires to go into like it's kind of sort of strange spots. There's right there, and then right there. Actually, let's see here. Where's that? Yeah, they're basically not in good spots. Some of these wires are longer than others. It's not super heavy because of that, but yeah, that wouldn't be my first choice. I believe only the analog version is available for sale at Banggood. I'm not sure about the FullSpeed website if it comes with the digital version, although they have showed photos of this frame carrying the Vista, so there's plenty of room back here for Vista. As you can see, there's actually mounting holes here for 20 by 20. So you put a Vista air unit back here, and there should be enough room clearance here. Yeah, there should be enough room there where that video transmitter is to put the Vista air unit, and then they have different mounts for like the DJI camera or Nebula camera here in the front. So you can see here I mounted the naked GoPro mount here. This came with the kit, and I flew with the naked GoPro, of course. You've seen that in previous videos. And so the footage you'll see here is actually stabilized with ReelSteadyGo. If you want to see the unstabilized GoPro footage, I'll link that down in the description, and you can watch this separately if you want to see the footage before it's stabilized by ReelSteadyGo. That'll give you an idea what the tune is like. I happen to fly it on this battery here, the 4S650. I think I'm not exactly sure how they tune this for it. I didn't get a straight answer from them as to which battery they should use. Although they're on the Banggood website, it's saying something like 1100 milliamp hour 3S battery for like 8 minutes of flight time. So I have a funny feeling that, or strange feeling that this was actually tuned for 3S and not 4S. And so the reason I suspect that is because the motors came down fairly warm on this 4S battery. I think I got like a 5-minute flight time as well. So, just to be safe, I would recommend 3S over 4S on this one. Although I flew it on 4S and it seemed to be okay, although the motors ran a little bit warm. All right, so here's how much it weighs. No battery, 86 grams, and then with the battery I flew it with, It's coming at 147.6 grams. Obviously, if you're flying with a 3S 1100, I think a 3S 1100 GNB battery is like around 60 grams or 63 grams. The 654S is similar weight, like 61.5. So yeah, I think that 1100 milliamp hour 3S would probably fly pretty good on this one. I think the tune is maybe a little bit tighter for 4S, and I think they actually did tune this for 3S. Now, in terms of the flight characteristics and the PID tune and all that, seemed okay for Cinewhoop type flying. I wasn't really doing any AC or anything like that. The flight characteristics on a pusher setup here, a 2.5 inch push setup, is pretty standard now. If you're gonna want a different tune, different battery, whatever, you're gonna probably have to tweak it a little bit. I think if you want to fly this with a little bit more acro, agility, if you're going to be doing tricks, that kind of thing, if you want to do that kind of flying, I would recommend going to like a 4S 450, a lighter battery, and then retune it for 4S. I would say just bring your P gains and D gains down a little bit and add a little bit more filtering for 4S. So that's another thing, is like, because this is only a 12 amp 400 ESC, you're running kind of on the edge of your PID tune, and you could pop an ESC on 4S if you happen to be taking off, for example, and the prop is blocked by something, and then obviously with the motor being seized, you're going to get a current surge in the ESC, and the ESC might pop from that. And the likelihood of that happening on 4S goes up compared to 3S, although even on 3S, if you have a huge current surge from a blocked propeller, you are at risk of still popping an ESC. So that's one of the downsides of this model. It just only comes with a 12 amp ESC. I mean, I've flown a version, I think my analog version of the 95 V2 that I inverted. That one I was also on the beta FPV version of the 12 amp ESC, and I haven't had any problems with that one either. So I think that one's also running the 1204 beta FPV motor. So if you want to go check out that video, I'll link that down in the description. That's the analog 95X V2 inverted that I built. I think I built that before they actually came out with their own V2 inverted model. So check out that video and you'll see kind of how that one flies compared to this one. It's pretty similar to this one. Anyway, so if some of you guys are looking for an alternative to the beta FPV models and products out there, FullSpeedRC is making these now. And I think you probably were seeing the Tiny Pusher video as well. Another pusher. This one's a 40 millimeter propeller. I don't think beta FPV makes anything this small in an inverted setup. I think their 75X is a standard upright whoop. So if you're looking for an inverted 40 millimeter, check out this video. This was out like maybe a week and a half ago. That's also on my channel. But yeah, if you're looking for something in this sort of class, these micro nano inverted Cinewhoops pushers, FullSpeedRC is now making these. Link these down in the description if you're interested in checking them out. And here is the flight footage for you. All right. I'm running a 4S650 ReelSteadyGo quads battery. It's very loud. I'm running all the stock PIDs from the factory. It's a little bit of a breeze here. It's not too bad. And it seems to be flying very smoothly. Now you can see it's wind's really picking up now. Look at that. Oh boy. And you can hear the props react, but it has pretty good power for the amount of weight there is. And I'm carrying the GoPro Lite. You can probably see the footage. Yeah, these GemFan D63 props are pretty loud. Analog video reception's pretty decent, even with all this metal and stuff in the way over here. So all the stuff's in between me. Getting some bounce reflections and stuff. Nothing too unusual. Let's go around some trees here. It's all good. Yeah, it flies really well. So 14 volts, so I'm gonna bring it on in. About 3.5 minutes on the 650, 13.9. So, well, the extra weight and everything, I'd recommend a bigger battery. The 650 seems to be pretty decent. Let me know what you guys think.